Hey, check out this clip from 2021 when Jon Brooks had mentioned what was going on with the market and what he thought was going to happen in the future. I found it very interesting. And John's prediction about the pricing and how the pricing is going to be skewed. Prices jumped. We saw a 5 times growth in price jump in 18 months, and that was it's pretty spot on. And now we're all in our feelings about the prices and the interest rates and stuff. So I just find this clip very interesting. Take a look and watch.
There's a lot of investors that are also making cash offers on the majority of properties that are $10,000 to $20,000 over the list price still, even in today's market. And the numbers don't make sense, which is why we're on the cusp of a potential bubble coming up over the next 18 months after gaining 26% in home values in a very, very short period. We basically got 5 years of price appreciation within 18 months, which is unheard of. While the Federal Reserve continues to buy mortgage-backed securities and treasuries to keep interest rates low. And what will happen next is if anything changes with those purchases and affordability just goes out the window, then the market can change pretty dramatically and very quickly, as we've seen has happened in the past. Because if you remember, before COVID hit, things were already starting to slow down. COVID's a blip that made people have a huge population influx and wealth come to our area, which is great and has a multiplier effect. And now what we're going to see is possibly a shift back now that all of that activity has occurred, where people are going to say, well, I don't want to pay $400,000 for a really crappy house in an area that I don't want to live in. Also, wages have to come up. So there's a lot of different factors at play. It's hard to predict what will happen next, but I can tell you that in my experience with finance and economics is that when people start to feel that they're overpaying and they have fatigue and they get remorse, that's when things actually start to change. And it has to do less with data and analytics and trying to prove when it will happen, and more have to do with people, just how people feel about it, because people make decisions based on emotion.